Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at Q1 and Q2 games of 2025 to look forward to. So we're starting off with The Last of Us Part 2. So this is going to be coming out on January 19th for the PC. I haven't actually played Part 1.
Clear any infected you see.
I did watch the show though, and the show was incredible, so I'm incredibly excited to play this. I've always been huge on zombie games though, so it's not really surprising, honestly. And one thing the story for The Last of Us has always done amazing is how believable it is. Where like a fungus evolved to be able to survive the body temperature and
you killed my friends
and started to take over, really, right? It's a super cool concept, and it has that certain fear factor to it, to where due to how it's actually believable.
You can't stop this.
The first three videos we're actually gonna be watching are all PC releases for PlayStation games. Funny enough, the entirety of
kick it up a notch.
2025 is starting off with PlayStation PC releases. Like, this game looks amazing. I'm so stoked to play it. I was a huge fan of Advent Children growing up, the Advent Children movie, and
The time has come.
Sephiroth is just such an amazing. Sephiroth is just such an amazing
At last,
antagonist.
our long-awaited reunion.
Incredibly excited for this.
Pete, you seeing this?
This would be Spider-Man 2.
Oh no.
I'm actually incredibly excited for this too, because I think similar to the recent movie, this
ready to join us.
this kind of merges two.
We need to hurry.
This merges two of the video game
Harry! We promised
Spider-Man into one universe, right?
Yeah. Come, finish what you started.
And also it brings back a bunch of the original enemies, or a bunch of the original antagonists, like how the first Spider-Man antagonists. We're gonna be getting into the first releases now though. So we're starting off with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which is going to be an incredible game. This game is going to be an absolute game changer, I think.
Is that what you really want, son? No matter how many people you kill, you can't change what's happened.
I truly believe this is easily going to be a... I think this is easily going to be a Game of the Year nominee next year.
What does that actually mean? Fortune favors the brave. All we have to do is deliver a letter to Lord Otto von Bergov and ride back again.
If I was to...
So I wouldn't expect much excitement there.
Hans, look at me.
If they... One thing these games always did is they wanted you to experience the medieval world as you would think it actually is.
War is a nasty business. And it is better to have your
so there's no magic, or anything. It's just a unbelievably beautiful world.
Than the other way around.
They build it to be incredibly immersive and make you feel like you're actually a part of a medieval world. Through the combat, the visuals, the story.
Outlaws and bandits roaming the country. I urge you all to be vigilant. You know who I am!
I do strongly believe
you can't kill me.
The first game is still 100% worth playing. It still holds up.
Me. You play the game, but you don't understand the rules. And in the end, you'll lose.
I'm not like you.
And the fact it's coming out so soon next year is just so exciting. It's gonna be a very, very beautiful game.
And carried off everything that we possess. Now!
If the first one is anything to go by, this is gonna be a game changer, I think.
Or are we gonna drive them out in shame?
I think this is going to be an unbelievable and also beautiful cinematic and narrative experience.
You didn't kill someone's father or mother.
I look forward to see what's going to happen with the character, with the main character, because
It's a nasty business.
it seems like they're going down a much darker path. The main character in this game is still the same one that we had in the first one, so it seems like it's kind of moving up in the ranks a little bit.
Than what we leave behind.
So Civilization 7, I'm not sure what to think about it. I mean, they're incredible at making wonderful cinematic trailers, but the game is this is a strategy game. It's a 4X strategy game, I believe, with an overworld. I don't believe there's any like Total War type gameplay. It would be wonderful to see them kind of iterate on what made the game good while also adding new features, though. If we could get a Civilization game that somehow mixes Total War style gameplay as well, I think that could be really cool.
And bury our regrets.
Because you're not going to see any gameplay like this in the game. Like, this is all just cinematic stuff based on the it's just like cinematic stuff based on all the guys you can play as, I'm pretty sure, in the game. All the different factions and such.
Every age has its secrets.
There's no Civilization 6, I don't think was received very well because there wasn't wasn't as much to do in the game compared to Civ 5 at the time. Though that is comparing a game that had years to get DLC and expansions to a new, fresh game.
To chart our future.
So I think one thing that a lot of these games fail at sometimes is they don't iterate as much as they should. Like Age of Empires 4 is a great example where they just used the same formula and they never really added anything new. Which I think Age of Empires 4 was a good game, but I think they could have done more. They could have pushed it a little further.
Countless stories
added more features
into the Earth strata.
Cinematic trailer looks beautiful, though.
One age augur the next.
So I think what they're doing in this trailer is that sword's getting passed down through the ages, and then eventually we get to like the latter ages, or the like right now we're in like what would this be, like the early 1900s, I would imagine. Early to mid 1900s, maybe.
We must learn from our past.
One of the things in this game is trying to advance technology to win the game, right?
The future is waiting.
Like with that right there, right? You gotta build up to Elon Musk, and that's how you win the game. We have a new Elon Musk faction now. I can't wait. I'm very excited. This next one's actually from a very beloved. This next one's from a very beloved studio, and I think they're doing something interesting actually, where they're kind of building up their own sort of.
Come. Your emperor has chosen you as our envoy.
It's like they're trying to become like a direct competition to Bethesda, despite being owned by Microsoft.
The dream scourge.
Though all these games started before Microsoft acquired them.
And put an end to it.
Yeah, so this is from Obsidian.
He is wrong.
This is a game called Avowed.
The dream scourge is but a symptom of a deeper.
It honestly seems to me like it's kind of. It's like Obsidian's Elder Scrolls. And then the Outer Worlds is.
So that those
I guess that would be like their Fallout.
Can shape its future.
Which is so interesting because Obsidian also are the people. They're the people that made Fallout New Vegas, right?
Eyes alone can see. You must open yourself to its mysteries. Tend to its purpose, no matter how wild.
Obsidian is kind of like the
become what the living lands truly need.
Bethesda's sister, really, or brother.
Its protector.
Which is so interesting. I look forward to seeing their collaborations now that they're both owned by the same company, which would be Microsoft. I really hope to see more like collaborations like New Vegas and whatnot. Because these projects started before they were acquired. So before they had the option of making like any like collaborative efforts. This game looks really wonderful. It does seem like it's sort of like, it does seem like it's Obsidian's like Elder Scrolls. So this game actually, this game's really interesting because I've always loved pirate games. I really love pirate games. And it's a little bit of an interesting mix. I don't really get the fictional I don't know where they came up with this idea, but so it's Yakuza, Japanese Yakuza meets Hawaii meets pirates. So there's some interesting colors too. The boat gameplay looks really like unironically satisfying. So I used to be a huge pirate fan. There was a Pirates of the Caribbean game that was on the original Xbox that I really loved. And Black Flag was really amazing too. If we can get a game that's even remotely close to the gameplay fidelity of those games, I am going to be incredibly happy. And it does look like we will. I hope we're going to be able to steal ships and get fleets and such though. That's something that I think a lot of these games miss, is being able to have like a fleet and... rather than just focusing on our own ship. Like Black Flag, you couldn't even get a new ship. It does seem silly. But it does look interesting at the very least. It's like an RGB Pirates of the Caribbean, but Hawaii. Hawaii and Yakuza. It's just the strangest mix. Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. Coming out February 21st, I believe. Oh no, 28th. Okay. Oh no, 21st. Okay, no, I was right. This next one I don't think I really need to introduce. I never played a whole lot of Monster Hunter in my time. I had a lot of friends and family that loved Monster Hunter, but I found they never, as an outsider looking in, this seems to be the first game where they truly, really innovated and made the game that I wish Monster Hunter could have always been. Like the graphics in this game look unbelievably nice.
The guild gave special assignments to some of the other units from the expedition. Mine
the hair, the characters, the creatures, it all looks phenomenal. The technical fidelity of the monsters' attacks and how we take them down is incredible. Graphically is unbelievable. Like having played the playtest, seeing a storm rolling over and then having it roll over you, and then suddenly you're in a really like stormy area is just it's truly breathtaking. Watching the impact of creatures on the world around them through the water, through running around and rolling around in the sand, it's incredibly cool. And it really all comes together and adds up to this really beautiful, beautiful world that feels alive. Like this game feels like the first time in the Monster Hunter world where they actually truly made a next-gen experience, and I'm incredibly excited for it. Not to mention how cute all these little guys are.
Just put the meat down.
Because they're hungry. They're little hungry boys or girls, you know, little hungry fellas. The One Piece, it's real.
Is that what we're after? The White Wraith.
The One Piece is real.
Down there. Someone's in trouble.
So they're literally just advanced bird watchers. They try to find an unbridled swallow. They must find the airspeed velocity.
You've got a weapon, and you do nothing?
In the playtest, that dragon was stupid powerful. I tried fighting it, and I think I got one shot. I think he like kicked me with his pinky toe, and I just... Very beautiful though. The attack patterns of the monsters in this game is very similar, or it's very akin to what like From Software comes up with for their games. It's incredibly unique and interesting. This next game I'm incredibly excited for. So there's a game called, gosh, what is it? It Takes Two. There's a game called It Takes Two. And the same people who made that game, made a new game that we're going to see now soon called Split Fiction. It looks very, very cool. So it's one of those games where you have to play with a friend. You have to. There's no single player mode.
We sure cause a lot of explosions.
The whole game is a cinematic multiplayer experience and makes you work together with a friend or somebody. I'd say if you guys if you liked like Portal 2 or It Takes Two,
you better get ready because I'm about to show you Hazelight's next co-op adventure called Split Fiction. Now, let me tell you this: get ready for a ride.
If we can get this graphical fidelity with the technical
two aspiring writers
complexity of It Takes Two, with the puzzles and everything,
their stories to life.
It's going to be an amazing game.
I can't do this.
Please calm down. It's time. You can't shut. No!
Accidentally, they end up in the same simulation.
They wrote Harry Potter fiction that they desperately wanted to. They desperately wanted to self-insert into.
Are about to get stolen.
Oh, he wants to be in their Harry Potter fan fiction. Yo, he even looks like Harry Potter.
In order to save them, they have to escape back to reality.
Nobody writes fan fiction of me.
That they created.
He wants to have fanfic written of him with him.
They're strangers, and Mio writes sci-fi, while Zoe writes fantasy. So you will, for every level in the game, jump between a sci-fi world and a fantasy
Cyber
world.
Harry Potter 2077. The graphics of this game look unbelievably nice, and honestly, it really makes me, for some reason, it really makes me think of like Spyro the Dragon.
In this level, you start
series
out by finding dragon eggs that hatch.
Hey, stop licking.
There's also dragons. I wonder what makes me think of
They become a
Spyro.
little bit bigger dragons with new abilities. But in the end, they grow up to be full-ass dragons. And now, you can fly around and kick ass. In another level, you play these ball droids that can magnetize and shift to different forms.
It Takes Two was such a fun
droids
game.
become your exosuits.
I'm genuinely really excited to see what this game is going to be like.
And hack different objects. Here's another one. You play as pigs, and they later become... Anyway, let's not talk about that level for now. And as always, with the Friends Pass, you only need to buy one copy of the game to play it with your friend online. That's what Hazelight is about. No loot boxes, no microtransactions, and no bullshit. You just get the game.
You have unpaid parking tickets. Time to die.
Excuse me? Run!
So this next game is called Atomfall. Comes out on March 27th.
Product not yet rated.
I'm not really sure what to think of this game, honestly.
The woods are dark.
It kind of makes you think of, for some reason, it kind of made me think of like Atomic Heart, the first trailer that I saw, but this trailer makes it look completely different.
Sit thee down and hear me tell.
It looks beautiful,
of the
though.
woods that stand on Casterfell.
It seems to take place in like a... It has like a UK style phone booth with some like World War maybe like World War II soldiers. I'm not really sure. There's clearly some kind of weird mystery. It kind of makes you think of like Forest, maybe? Oh, well. I guess that's the whole story right there, guys. He died. The guy they had to kill is dead now. Peace. Looks really cool, though. I'd say, honestly, like, the games that are coming out... The games that are coming out next year are just unbelievably good looking. Like, the graphical fidelity of the games that are coming out and the technical fidelity, it's just not a place that I really thought we'd be at. Like, I really think we are kind of in the golden age of gaming. This game is called the first Berserker, Khazan. It's kind of like there's kind of like an anime style mixed with a sort of realistic kind of style with the actual gameplay that really works well. But it's like a fighting game similar to, I think this would be like a Souls-like game. I am curious though. So he's like, his hair is all over the place, has no armor on, and then suddenly he gets possessed by some sort of entity and turns into this like gets all this sick armor, gets an amazing ponytail. God damn. Honestly, goals. Kinda makes me think of myself. Little less little higher of a voice though, I suppose. I wish we had demons like that in Dragon Age, the new Dragon Age game. God, it looks amazing. I think this is a cinematic though. I'm thinking this might be one of the opening cinematics for the game actually, and they just used it as the trailer. If we're gonna get cinematics like this in the game, oh my gosh, dude. It's gonna be like God of War. Graphically. I get there, but to like bulk up. You know, that kind of makes you think of certain demon goddess. I forgot her name. So this is Killing Floor 3. I believe this is a sort of like zombie survival game. I don't think it's like Left 4 Dead. I think the whole point is just to survive as long as you can in like through zombie hordes, right? Though I might be wrong though. I think it could be like a Left 4 Dead.
It appears Moorcroft's little project is as real as they say.
Let's start the party.
I am curious to try it, but oh, this game looks beautiful. So this is Expedition 33. Eiffel Tower's looking a little sad, but the graphical fidelity of this game looks, it's one of those games that's just, it just genuinely looks next gen. It's one of those games where you're gonna stop in place and just appreciate the art of the game.
Paint again.
You'll see it a few times in the trailer.
Paint a new number. Ticking down every year. One stroke.
It's so hard to tell what game might get, or predict what game might get nominated for Game of the Year next year, because there's just so many games that just blow almost every prior game out of the water, graphically or technically.
Hopeless mission. Destroy the paintress. so she can never paint death again.
So I think the paintress, she can paint. Her paintings can be brought to reality to some degree, or I think something like that. But like, look at the character models. The character animations and design are breathtaking. The environment is beautiful.
Do you mean we're the only ones left?
This might be one of the most beautiful games ever made, and it also seems to have a sort of I don't know if it'd be like a Genshin style fighting system or like a Dragon Age Origins style like team combat. So Ruby starts sparkling like a vampire. It looks like that vampire in who's that sparkly vampire again?
Even if we fail, we lay the trail for those who will come after. Right? We are Expedition 33.
This game looks breathtaking. It's going to be incredible, I think. There's so many contenders here for Game of the Year. And this ain't even half of them. We're gonna be making another video for Q2 and Q4 and beyond that as well for 2025 for the next unannounced games. And we're in for a real treat this next year.
The only peace I find is a future that never happened.
So this is from the Dune series. This would be Dune Awakening. I believe this is a very modern, high fidelity MMO.
Was never born.
Paul looking
created the future.
Paul looking kind of good.
It created me.
I've always loved how grand this game is felt, or how grand this world has felt, especially with the movies.
What if
I do think some of the romance in the movies were a little misplaced, but
and given birth to a girl, everything would change. Dr. Yue exposed before his betrayal. A world where my father lives. House Atreides surviving the Battle of Arrakeen. Sardaukar deployed to protect the spice melange. A war of assassins spreading across the planet. Fremen exterminated.
I wonder if this plays into the movie story, or if this is a side story that doesn't canonically actually exist.
No, Kwisatz Haderach.
I am incredibly excited for this, though.
Lead to horror.
This is going to be one of those modern...
Except for this one.
It's going to be one of those modern MMOs where it kind of has a single-player quality while also being an MMO at the same time. I believe it'll say somewhere... Dune Open World Survival MMO, yeah. And it does have a story too, so I'm very interested in this actually, and it's supposed to be releasing pretty like early. They said it's going to release early 2025, so how early I'm unsure.
The silence, I can move like the wind. With the eyes
so I actually haven't played Bloodlines 1, Vampires the Masquerade 1.
Wide awake like I'm dreaming.
This is Bloodlines 2. Kind of makes you think of like Ghostwire Tokyo, honestly. I think just the visual fidelity and the gameplay.
Can you hear it?
It does look very cool though. I've always loved ghouls, vampires, and like zombie kind of stories. I still haven't played Bloodlines 1. I do want to play it, but this looks very good, honestly. This next game looks incredible too. Actually, these next two games. So this is Mafia, the Old Country.
All of the men in this room are bound by blood. This is a family.
This game genuinely looks like it's gonna make you feel like what it's like to be in a mafia, to be a part of a family like this.
To betray one is to betray all. Do you wish to commit?
It looks like it's gonna be a really, really pretty game. Like honestly, anyone who liked like Red Dead Redemption, I think is gonna really like this game too. It's not a cowboy setting, but it is.
I do.
It is a very, very pretty world. And it doesn't have the most modern of technology. I think this might be around the same time as Red Dead took place, actually. I'm not sure. Obviously, it has no correlation to Red Dead Redemption, but I think if you liked Red Dead Redemption, this game would definitely be a game you'd enjoy.
It's a family. My flesh has to burn like this saint. If I do not keep my oath.
It's not very often you get games where you fall in love with the world and become sort of a part of it. You feel like you're a part of the world. You grow a certain love for the characters or hatred. My first experience with that was The Witcher 3. And this next year, I feel like we're going to be getting all kinds of games where you really do feel like you're a part of the world, and the world's like living and breathing and beautiful and breathtaking, and you'll stop at so many moments just to kind of take in the art and the light and everything. And I really think we're in a golden age of gaming, honestly. So this is the last trailer for, I think, Q2. I originally thought this was actually like a DLC or an expansion, but this is actually kind of like a little side project based on like FromSoft. So it's Elden Ring NIGHTREIGN. It looks incredible. I think it's like a multiplayer Elden Ring, pretty much. Like an official multiplayer Elden Ring release. Like a style release. I don't know, maybe they saw the multiplayer mod and got inspired. Looks beautiful. They've always been able to capture the beauty despite the dark world. That's something that people often find difficulty in, is making a dark and gritty world and actually making it beautiful.
Seekers of redemption, you were chosen, thrown together by forces beyond our control.
I don't know where they got the time to make this on top of making Elden Ring and also the DLC and expansions, but I am so down for it, dude. Yeah, so I'm fairly certain this is going to be a multiplayer experience. You're meant to play this with your friends, which means I would say the bosses are designed to take on multiple people as well. And if you know anything about FromSoft's enemy complexity, like move complexities, having them
Tragedy must be averted.
Having them build a game where the bosses have to focus on multiple people rather than just one now is going to be so interesting to see. And I hope they did a good job. I think this is going to be, as far as I'm aware, this is going to be the first entry into this sort of game for them.
Is far from over.
It has the visual fidelity that you'd expect.
Little pillager, bent on sacking the land.
But designing a monster to fight you, and designing a monster to fight you and 3 other people are both very different things. Gosh, this looks beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. You know, that kind of makes you think here of like Unlimited Blade Works. It's a Final Fantasy like world.
The life of the Night Lord.
Elden Ring. Unlimited Blade Works. Guys, that's it for Q2. I'll be putting together another video for Q3 and Q4, but if you think there's any games that I missed, I'd love to know. I'd love for you to tell me below, but I'll see you next time.